Team culture is still not what you want it to be. The motivation is low, conflict is high. It's getting there. You've already watched video one on pillar one about discovering your team's values. As always, say hi to Abby. You've watched video two on the chain of inspiration and really finding that motivation for your team. And now you're ready for pillar number three in video three of the manager's guide to creating healthy teams. Hey, everybody, I'm Christina Cummins, creator of the Turnover Solution Leadership Program, where we teach leaders what the evidence says is the best way to lead teams and how to incorporate that given their individual personalities and strengths. Today, we're talking about pillar three in the manager's guide to creating healthy teams, and that pillar is empower your team and free yourself. Part one is empowering your team. You've already done this work, so you know what each team member's values are, you know what motivates them, you know what their personal goals are. Now you're taking that and helping each individual person figure out how they can incorporate those values, dreams, motivations into their day-to-day work life, into their tasks, their projects, the collective work goals. So what does this look like? Well, I worked with an agency not too long ago where there was so much client contact needed per quarter, and coming up with ideas for certain staff members for what they were going to do to engage with people in the individual and group setting was tedious. Once the supervisor figured out that one of the team members held a great value in nature and in being part of nature in a gentle way, in a way that was actually restorative to the world, they were able to figure out how to incorporate that into the client contact in a variety of ways. I mean, it was the person's passion. So once she got the green light to incorporate that passion into her client contacts, there was no more dragging her feet with getting those necessary deliverables. And there was no more dragging her feet on, there's my little guy in the background, hashtag mom life. There was no dragging her feet on the end of quarter reports because the numbers were great. So she wanted to turn those reports in. That naturally leads to part two of this pillar, free yourself, because the supervisor was no longer having to spend time troubleshooting what kind of goals, what kind of objectives she was going to use to talk to her groups with, to find ideas for this client contact. She wasn't trying to, the supervisor was no longer hunting this person down for reports, for entering the data in the system. All of that just disappeared. And the supervisor then had more time to do the things that only she could do. So all of this resulted in everyone feeling more confident, more effective, and everyone on the team, because everyone incorporated their values into their work life in some way, one small way or another. Everyone now had ownership over their projects, over their group collective goals, and felt like they were getting closer to their personal goals through their work life. The supervisors now had time to focus on leadership, and everyone had the power to contribute in a way that mattered to them. So this is what I'd like you to do. Go back, do the work, have these conversations in your already scheduled supervisions with your staff, and then comment below on how your team members have figured out how to infuse their values, their motivations, their goals into their day-to-day work tasks. I cannot wait to hear from you. Please comment below. Next week, we're coming up on a difficult topic, but it's necessary. So please come back for pillar number 4, where we're going to be talking about what to do when things aren't working. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye.